edition of CGTN. Now I'm in Tangyin County in central China's Henan province. This place is taken as the birthplace of China's civilization, and then one of the special things in the past, it was also the birthplace of the Chinese culture, which is very special. It is now taken as one of the poverty-stricken places in China, but over in the history, like 3,000 years ago, it was different. It was the place that lots of people desired to come to this place because, as I said now, that was the culture or the centerpiece of China. And now today I'm going to bring you to one of the most important things, or the oldest of Chinese classics, that is the I Ching, or the Book of Changes. And now, just now, probably you have seen that the statue of someone standing behind me, that is the king of we call it the King Wen in the Zhou dynasty, like the third dynasty, almost 3,000 years ago. And a lot of interesting things we're going to bring you today. And before that, let me introduce you to our guide today. Hello, how are you? Welcome to this program. How are you? Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself to our audiences all around the world? 你先介绍一下自己。
Hello， 我是申丽敏，是有理周易博物馆的讲解员。
So she is our guide today. So we're going to walk you through the whole thing of this park, where you can see the very authentic Chinese culture. So behind me, you can see a statue of King Wen of the Zhou dynasty, like the third dynasty in China, almost 3,000 years ago. So can you tell me something about this person, the figure here? 我们这个后边呢是有一个雕像，您能给我们讲一下它的历史吗？
我们现在所看到的是周文王塑像，是花岗岩塑像，在1995年的时候呢，由四川美术学院郭其祥教授设计完成，在2001年的时候与广大游客见面，像高6米，底下基座3米，总共是9米高。
So this is King Wen in the third Chinese dynasty, and this statue is made of granite, and that it is about 9 meters tall, right? And he is taken as one of the most important figures in Chinese history, because he made the combination of Chinese trigrams, right? And behind me, so can you talk about this picture here, or what we call them? Can you tell me something about it? 这个您能给我们讲一下吗？
现在我们看到这个是12生肖古太极图，在中间呢是有太极图，您能看到黑色的呢，在周易当中是代表阴，其中白色的呢是代表阳。白色中有黑点，黑色中有白点。
Okay, yeah, I've got it. So this is the famous one and only Tai Chi, and we have Tai Chi Chuan as some kind of practice in China, and you can see a lot of older people, they usually practice that in the morning, right? And then we can see the black part of it, the black part. So we can give it a closer look at it. 这个黑色的部分, the black part is yin, right? And most of the people, even though you're not Chinese and you know yin and yang. Yin is female, yang is male. Okay, the black part is yin and this one is yang. And we can see the consummation of yin and yang here, okay, very harmoniously. And then on the outside of the Tai Chi, you can see the Chinese zodiac signs. So we have a monkey and the goat and horse, altogether 12 animals. Okay, so can you talk about the thing on the outside of the circle? 您能讲一下这个外边这一部分是什么吗？
外边这些呢是八卦的一些卦象，其中大家看到这边有一个呢是全部是直线，3个直线呢，这是乾卦，代表天，一个纯阳卦。
Okay, so we can see altogether 8 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one we can see 3 lines, and that is heaven, right? So that represents heaven. Okay, it means 乾卦, trigram. We call it trigram because we have 3 lines usually, and we can see 3 full lines, and this means heaven. And we also have 3 broken lines. And here, if we have a look at this one, it is different because we have 3 lines, the trigram, but they are broken lines. That is why it is.
这个是坤卦，代表地。
Okay, it means kun, trigram, and that means earth. So we have heaven and we have earth, and altogether we have 8 of them. Can you talk about something else? 再说一下其他的几个卦象呢？
其他的我们看正北方，这个方位是正北方，是坎卦，坎为水，卦象是阴阳阴。
Okay, So it is very interesting. In the northern part of this whole thing, of this gram, and this one, it is yin because we have two broken line. We have a broken line, and we have a full line and broken line. So we have yin, yang, yin, right? So basically, it means female, male, and female, and it represents water, right? So we can find water in the north of China. 或者是它的意思是我在中国北方能够找到水。
对，北方是主水。
主水的。So basically, it means in the northern part of China, especially in the past, you can find water. Then in the south, 那在南边呢？
南边呢是离卦，阳，阳，离为火。
So this one, it is Li, and it represents fire. And we have Yang, it's a full line, and a broken line, and we have a full one once again. So we have full, broken, full. It's a yang, yin, yang. It means fire. So that means we can find fire in the southern part of China. 就是中国南方有火。
是代表火。
代表的是火。
对。
Because it's very hot in South China. 因为中国南方热。Okay, so it is very interesting, right? So now if we give the full picture, 如果给它一个全貌呢 Okay, in the north you can find water. Right? That is yin, yang, yin, it is water. And in south, in the southern part of it, you can see fire. Basically, it means in northern China you can find water, and in southern China you can find fire. Because basically, according to my understanding, it's very hot in South China, right? Okay, so we have a lot of them. These are only 8. 这个只有8个是吧
？88重叠是64卦，也就是文王巨而演周易研究出的周易64卦。
Okay, so that is why this statue now standing here was taken as one of the most important figures in China, because he wrote the I Ching, or we call the change of books, and then we have 8 trigrams here, and we're going to have, because he made 64 altogether. Okay. So 一共有呢64卦是吧？每个卦象呢都不一样。And we have 64 trigrams altogether, and each individual one of them represents something quite different. So that is why these things, the little lines, full ones, broken ones, people in the past used to use them to tell the fortune, we can fortune telling. Okay, a lot of them, then they all represent different things. So very hard to understand. We're going to broken lines, full lines, but they represent different things. 它是意思呢都不一样 right? 一共是64个 Okay, now can you talk about some of them for us and tell us what it means? 然后您给我们解释一下其中的一些，并且说这是什么意思呢？
我们来选出来2卦。
Okay.
一个是太卦，一个是否卦。
Altogether there were 64. As I said just now, and we're going to pick 2 of them and then tell you what it means. Okay, so we have this one, right? 这个我们现在到了这个否卦 Okay, so in Chinese, its pronunciation is 否 right? What does it mean? 它啥意思？
我们看到这个卦，在看卦的时候有个顺序的，要从下往上来看。其中断开的线呢是阴，直线是阳，所以这块我们看到下面是3个阴，就是坤卦，就代表地；上面3个阳呢是乾卦，代表天。我们刚才看过的乾坤，将2卦重叠呢，就形成了否卦。
So it seems quite hard to understand. When you read the trigram, you should do it bottom up, right? From the bottom one. So this one is yin because it's broken. So broken, 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 full, full, full. And this one, it means earth, right? 这个是地。And then this one, 3 full lines, 天 heaven, right? And it means something bad. 它是不好的意思。
意思是，天在上，然后地在下呢，是它的卦辞是否之匪人，不利君子贞，大往小来。也就是说，我们在做事的时候呢，会以大的付出获得小的收获。显然，这个否呢表示闭塞和不通，或者说犯小人，寓意不是太好的一卦。
So basically, if you do fortune telling with the trigram, that means if you have put a lot of efforts into it, the result is not good enough. It's not as good as you expected, right? So that is P. And then let's go to another extreme. That is supposed to be something good, right? Okay. So where the other one? 另一个是在哪？
是这边的这个卦，太卦。
Okay, Tai. And the opposite one is Tai, that one was P. It means it's something really bad. Okay, no matter how much effort you put into the thing, you want to achieve it, but the thing is the result would be bad. Or not as good as you expect it to be. And now we have something good. Okay, what does it mean? 它啥意思呢？
这个卦呢是和刚才我们看到皮卦是颠倒了一下。
Okay, so this one apparently is the other way around. So we have three full lines on the bottom, and we have 3 broken lines on top, right? So this one means heaven, and this one means earth, right? It sounds like tricky. It sounds really tricky because heaven is now on the bottom, and then earth is on top. That's funny. 它这个怎么天在下呢？土在地在上？
对，因为这个卦呢，它是和我们自然界从表象来看呢是相反的。但是呢，因为阳气轻而上行，阴气重而浊向下。
Okay, that makes sense because this is yang, right? Yang is light and is going upwards, and this one is yin. It is a little bit heavy, so it's coming downward, right? And then that means the perfect consummation between yin and yang. That's why it is good. Okay, 因为它这个下上，所以它融合就很好。
阴阳相融。
Okay, so that represents the perfect consummation between yin and yang in traditional Chinese culture. That is all very interesting, right? The statue, one of the most important figures in Chinese history, and also he made these 64 altogether diagrams and to tell the fortune, right? So let's move on to the next one. 那我们到下一个地方哈。Okay. For those who just tune in, this is in Tangyin County in central China's Henan province. And today we're going to bring you something quite authentic about Chinese culture. And here we just talk about yin and yang, about Tai Chi. A lot of people are quite interested in that. And after that, we're going to bring you to the labyrinth, the famous labyrinth, one and only labyrinth. I'm going to walk into it. I don't know if I can escape from it because the labyrinth was inspired by the Tai Chi and yin and yang. Let's see. Okay, so now where are we now? 现在是到哪儿了？
这边是演艺坊。
Okay, what does it mean? 它是什么意思呢？
演艺坊呢是有里城一座标志性的建筑。从明代以来，汤阴知县张应吉为了纪念文王被囚于有里，专门立了功德牌坊。
Okay. Just now I talk about the one and only figure who rose I Ching, right? And then this was the place. This is the famous gate. This one is authentic. This is real, right? 这是真的。
是真的。
And it was made in the Ming Dynasty about 200 years ago. About 200 years ago, this gate was here, and now we can still see it, right? And it was built to what? To 这个是建起来为了纪念
周文王被囚禁在有里城。
周文王 okay. And that figure, that statue actually, was present here. And this gate was built to remember him, right? To commemorate that person. Okay. So the gate was here like almost 200 years ago. 200年前就在这儿了 right? So here we are. And then we can see a flight of stairs. Now let's walk on. Let's move on to the next part of it. Okay, it's a little bit, mind your steps. That's interesting. We can see some trees.
我们现在呢上来的是周文王演艺处，也就是万历为牢这样一个地方。
So this is the prison. 这个地方呢 this is the prison, right? 这个就是当时的一个监狱了。
是。
And also the first state prison in China. You are seeing the first state prison in China, like 4,000 years ago. 有4000年前吧。
文王被囚禁在这儿呢是3000多年的历史，但是这处遗址在文王被囚禁之前就存在了，有4000多年。
So this place has a history of more than 4,000 years, and the Wen Wang, or the King Wen of the Zhou dynasty, and he was imprisoned here, right? And this was a real place. We can see we have some beautiful trees, and then it doesn't seem like a prison that we know regularly. 但它看起来不像我们所谓的这个监狱，不太像啊。
是因为后人为了纪念文王，在这城址的基础上进行了多次重修，是非常的尊崇文王。
Oh, okay. So this place, it doesn't look like a prison at all because people renovated this place a couple of times, right? To commemorate that person, the King Wen, 去纪念他这个人，是吧？
对。
Also trees and something. Can you talk about the trees? 这些树呢？
这些树是一些古柏，像这棵呢已经是550年的树龄了。
And this tree in particular has a history of more than 500 years. Now it is around has the age of 550. It is quite old. It's cypress, right? Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. So we can see some pictures on both sides of this hole, right? 这两边呢有两幅图. Can you talk about both of them for us? Okay.
我们现在看到这幅图是河图。
河图。
在上古时期，一位非常有智慧的人是叫做伏羲。伏羲在观察自然界中的变化，看到从黄河水当中跳跃出来一只神兽，龙头马身，叫做龙马。
So we can see this very strange-looking animal. It looks like the combination of a Chinese dragon and a horse, almost 6,000 years ago in China, right? Okay, but Fuxi, like the first emperor in China. Fuxi 是中国第一个皇帝吗？
他是三皇之首。
三皇之首, like almost 6,000 years ago. And one day he saw this animal, very strange-looking horse, and it has the body of a horse and the head of a dragon, right? It came out of the Yellow River. 它是出黄河, okay, Yellow River. And then, so what does it mean? 它的意义是什么呢？
在龙马背上自然地浮现出了这样一幅图，就叫河图。你看上面有黄色点是凸出来的，黑色点是凹下去的。
Okay.
对，所有的这些黄色点呢是后方1，下方3，中间5，前方7，上方9，全部是单数、奇数。
Okay.
伏羲把它叫阳数。
So we can see some yellow dots here, right? And the yellow dots are yang. Just now we're talking about yang and yin a lot, and then they are odd numbers. Okay, so these yang dots or yellow dots here are odd numbers, and we can also see some other dots caved in, right? And they're all even numbers. 这些全都是偶数了, and they are yin, right? Yin and yang. And on the other side, we can see something quite different. Looks like a tortoise. Can you tell us what does it mean? 你能讲一下这个乌龟是什么意思吗？
这幅图是洛书，出自洛阳的洛河水。我们能够看到洛书背上的这个月牙纹饰呢，也是黄色月牙是阳数，黑色是阴数，总共是9个数字，9宫八卦图。其中呢，中间这个阳数是5，5的上下左右互为10的互补数。我们将对角线上3个数字相加，都等于15。
15, right? So it is very interesting. Looks, it's a tortoise, a giant tortoise. In ancient China, and then on the back of the tortoise, something quite interesting we can see, right? We can see the crescent moons. We call them crescent moons. And the yellow ones, black ones. The yellow ones are yang. 这个黄的是阳, and we have the dark ones, so they are yin. Okay, so it is very interesting. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 altogether, right? 8. 5, and that is 2. And if you add them, it's 15. And if we do it horizontally, it is still 15 because we have 4, 6, 5. 4, 6, 5, it is 15 altogether. So horizontally, vertically, both 15. Diagonally, it is still 15, right? What does it mean? What's the meaning of it? 它的意义是什么呢? Why do we have that?
除了对角线上是15，圆周上分布的这些数字，其中2个阴数加1个阳数相邻的3个数字的和也是15。
It's also 15, right? That is also interesting. Just as I said just now, vertically, horizontally, diagonally, we have 15 if you plus 3 of them, right? But if you do it like this, it is also 15. 2 yins and 1 yang. 2 yins and 1 yang, it is 15. And this sounds very complicated, but it is definitely more useful than that. Okay. 它的意义是什么呢? How about in military, right? 在这个军事上面，它的意义是什么呢？
军事上面有个非常著名的一个阵法呢，叫做八卦阵。那么八卦阵呢，可以说是周易与军事部署结合的产物。我们通过这幅图来看，数字相加都是15，也就是如果兵力按这种模式去分布，无论敌军从哪边进攻，其兵力相等，没有薄弱环节。三国时期著名的军事家诸葛亮就是根据这幅图设计了八卦阵。
That is very interesting. So it is quite useful in military, especially in the past. So we have 15, 15, 15 all together. So let's see it as like the battlefield, right? We have 8 soldiers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 altogether. And we have 6 and we have 1. So, if your enemy attacks you from this angle, I'm attacking it because it is 1, you only have 1 soldier. So most likely, your enemy would like to attack you from this angle, right? And then from both sides, they could come over, right? And fight against your enemies. And then let's see, if I attack you, if your enemies attack you from this side, they could still come over, and no matter from whatever angle you would like to attack your enemy, okay, they have the same power, they have the same number of soldiers. So it is very interesting, especially quite useful in military, right? It's amazing. 还是挺有意思的哈. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. We can see some old trees again. 还是看到好多这个老树。
这棵是800年的一棵柏树。
Yeah, I can tell. I can.
现在有800年。
So in the Song Dynasty, right, almost 800 years old right now, the tree. I think definitely you can tell how old that tree is right now. It is 800 years old. That's amazing. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one. You can see trees. We can also see some pavilions. Yeah. So besides trees, we can also see some pavilions on both sides. Very interesting and also very quaint. Looks really traditional Chinese. Okay. Okay. 静 it means quiet. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to this part. I can see a pavilion over there. Okay. 那边呢也有一个亭子。
对，这个亭子上边缘的这个镂空雕刻呢，就是八卦的卦象。
Okay. Oh yeah, I can see that. That's interesting. So we can see the trigrams on the outside of this pavilion. Okay, that's the roof of the pavilion. The edge of the pavilion, you can see the trigrams. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. I can see a statue over there. So who is that? 我在这儿呢能看到一个雕像。这个人是谁呢？
这个是周文王。
Okay. So that is, yeah, we saw the statue just now at the beginning of the program, and now we can see his statue made of clay over here again. That is the place, the platform where he made the famous 64 trigrams, right? So let's give it a closer look at the figurine over there. That is interesting. 这个它有什么历史呢? Can you tell us about the history?
我们现在看到这个位置呢是演艺台，里面的塑像就是周文王，画地为牢呢，也就是整个我们所处的这个高台上方，我们可以随意走动。
So he was present here.
固定在这儿推演。
Okay, so in the past, okay, King Wen was present here, and then he was move around, right? He could move around freely, and then that's the place. Probably he was too free. He didn't have to do anything else because he was thrown into prison, and then he made these 64 trigrams. 在这个地方，可能他就每天没有别的事情，就开始演绎了，是吧 ？OK。
我们可以看到，在文王像身后呢，是一幅黑色浮雕像，这个是人类始祖伏羲。伏羲画了8个卦：乾坤震巽坎离艮兑。
Okay, so behind this statue, we can also see almost the first emperor of China, Fuxi, right, 6,000 years ago, right? And Fuxi was the one who made the 8 diagrams, right? And then King Wen extended it to 64, right? That is very interesting, and I think we can extend it more. 我感觉我们还可以把它推演的更多，也可以 ，but it would be a lot. 但是这个就太多了哈。
我们现在看到这个台子上面的就是文王在摆卦的一个过程。对。
That is how he worked, right? That's how it was on the platform. We can see the 8 diagrams, and he was playing with the little twigs, probably, right? To perform fortune telling. 这个有那个我们叫做算命的功能的，是吧？
对，其实算卦呢是周易当中很小的一部分。在秦始皇焚书坑儒的时候呢，这个周易作为占卜算卦的书被保存下来，也是人们的信仰。
Okay, so it was only a tiny part of it, right? And most of people are very into fortune telling. They think it is mysterious because they can tell what the future holds for you, right? But that's only a very tiny part of it. So I'm wondering, okay, because he was present here in the first state prison in China, okay, and then How he did it？ 他是怎么做的呢？用什么东西去这个推演呢？我们这有3个竖的。
算卦呢是大家可以看到这边呢有这个湿草。湿草呢是专门用来占卜的一种卦具，取它这个长长的这根茎部分啊进行折，折成以后是阳，折断以后就是阴。
Okay, so we can see the plants over here, and they are called alpine yarrow, right? Why? Why does he use them? 这个当时为什么用它们呢 ？Why not something else? Like I use some twigs， 我也可以用一些树枝啊。
因为您看，在伏羲创作先天八卦的时候呢，在河南淮阳有太昊陵，伏羲呢所处的这个庙宇呢也是用湿草，然后在文王居尔兖州这片地方自然生长了一片湿草。
So basically, it was the tradition, right? Because the first emperor of China 6,000 years ago, when he made the 8 diagrams, and then he used this kind of plant. And when it came to King Wen, he used the same thing, right? And because this place in central China, this is the only place where the alpine yarrow could grow. They could live here, right? Okay, we can only find them here. 这我们只能在这个地方找到哈，所以说它就有。
全国就有2个地方，一处是在这儿，另外一处是在刚才说到太昊陵。
Okay, any other features it has? 它有其他的一些特色吗？这个特点，这种
湿草最主要就是取根茎来进行占卜，是
Okay.
非常灵验。上古时期人们用龟用狮，因为龟和狮是在长寿的象征。
So in the past, people used to use tortoise, the shell of a tortoise, and also this kind of alpine yarrow, right? Because all of them, tortoise could live really long, and the alpine yarrow could also live quite long. 因为这2个人都能2种。一个是动物，一个是植物，都可以生活很长时间。
对，是长寿的象征。
Okay, that is quite interesting. It's really quiet, and I really envy you because you were here. 这个在这儿工作这么静，还是挺羡慕你的。How do you think? What do you think of like this place? 你感觉这地方工作怎么样啊？
其实周易呢，它刚才我们说到算卦呀，是其中非常小的一部分。那么周易所向我们诠释的就是我们的一种，比如说辩证，一种心态的调节。像我可能就有些事情不会太过于去计较。
That's the philosophy. I think that's the philosophy of this place, or about I Ching, right? Because it's about, in English, it's called the Book of Changes. You know, everything changes all the time as time goes by. So if you know this philosophy, that is why it's the origin of Chinese philosophy. If you know this philosophy in mind, you know that nothing would stay the same all the time, right? It changes. So you probably wouldn't worry a lot. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. That's going to be the 8 diagram tactics. 这个下边就是八卦阵了，是吧？
是的。
Okay, that's the one and only 8 diagram tactics. That is, in English, it is very much like a labyrinth. So I'm going to walk the labyrinth and see if I can escape from it. I don't know. So let's see. We can see some people over there. They are walking into this labyrinth, the famous labyrinth. And then a lot of people probably would give up in the middle. 好多人在里边就放弃了。
对，因为八卦阵呢，它是从这个冷兵器时代以后呢，有这个步兵和骑兵之分。
Okay.
然后这骑兵它的杀伤力很强，所以步兵为了应对骑兵呢，就会设置一些阵法来困住骑兵，削弱势力。
So that is the labyrinth that used wisely in military, right? 这是古代以前的时候用在战争里边用的很多的 right?
是。
To trap your enemies, right? They would have this labyrinth, and if your enemies walk into this labyrinth, they are trapped, and then would lose the war. 他们最后就失败了 right? And on both sides, we can also see the famous diagrams. We have Tian, Kun, so we have heaven, we have earth, we also have something else. Can you talk about some of them? 能说一些我们这些阵法吗？
我们看到两边是有8个阵，乾、坤、震、巽、坎、离、艮、兑。
Okay, that's a lot.
八个卦呢有一些顺口溜，一些八卦口诀。乾3连。
Okay.
乾是3条直线。
That sounds really complicated. If you like, you have 3 full lines. That is heaven, and if a broken lines, 3 of them, and then you have earth, right? And how about let me see, something else. That one, I can see that one. That is kan. Yeah, that is kan. In Chinese, it is kan. What does it mean? 它什么意思？
坎为水，
啊哈
在中国的这个我们是甲骨文的故乡嘛，文字的起源。你可以看到这个坎卦上下是阴，中间是阳。我们把它90度旋转，就是这个甲骨文中水的。
水 that is water, yeah. At the very beginning of the show, we talk about Kan. It is found in the north of China, and it means water. Mostly because you can find water in northern China. 在中国北方呢，想到水哈，叫坎。Okay. It's also the name of a well, I think. 有的时候也管这叫井，井也叫坎，好多。
对。
And that one, how about that one? 这个是什么呢？
艮就表示高山。
Okay. So this one, yeah, in the Chinese language, this means mountain, right? So, from bottom to top, we can see 2 broken lines and 1 full line. That means mountain. It's mountain, right? It doesn't mean anything else. It's just something natural, something we can find in nature. It's mountain. Now we have come to this part of today's program. That is the famous 8-diagram tactics, or the famous labyrinth. I'm going to walk into this labyrinth. I don't know if I can make it, actually. I don't know if I can escape from it once I get in. So there are altogether 8 of them. That is why we call them 8-diagram tactics. So this is how it works. That is way in, and that one is way out. Okay, let's give it a closer look. This is way in. If I walk into this part, then I'm officially in this labyrinth, or the 8-diagram tactics. If I succeed, I'm going to come out from that side. If I succeed, I don't know. It is very complicated because it's a labyrinth. And then let's see how it works. So now I'm going to give myself like 15 minutes altogether. Let's see if I can escape from it. Okay. 我们现在要进去了. Okay. Wish me luck. Okay, let's go in. Let's see if I can make it. A lot of people now are getting to the labyrinth. I don't know. I don't know if I can make it. I'll see you. Okay. Now I'm officially in this labyrinth. 2 people are walking before me. I don't know. I don't know what is going on right now. Hopefully I can make it. So, officially I'm in it. Probably see walls and walls and walls. That is why I call it a labyrinth. Fortunately, this wall is not, or these walls are not too tall, and I can see, but it's still very difficult for me to see the way out. I'm just following them. Many people usually come here for a walk. It's very interesting. Way out? No. Let's go. Okay. Where is it? So we can see full Chinese characters here. 昂首阔步 in the Chinese language, it means you should strut. It means I just got into this labyrinth properly. I should be really confident. Okay. So I'm walking. I could see 2 people in front of me, but now they're gone. A lot of people in this labyrinth. Now I can see probably 20 of them, but I don't know. I'm going to choose this one, this lane. Don't see many people over here. I really need some suggestions right now. I don't know the way out. Okay. That's funny. 你们经常来吗？能出去吗？出不去了。Yeah, I was asking them if they could get out. They could escape from the labyrinth, but it sounds pretty complicated for each of us. Okay, so basically we have come to this one. In Chinese, it's 诱敌阵. It means when your enemy is in this part, then your enemies are doomed. They are trapped in. And we can see this flagpole. Yeah, it is very thoughtful. The flagpole, I think that's the first tactic I'm in. So from here, I could see the way out, but apparently I can't. A lot of people here. Okay, so let's go. I think this one will help me a lot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna follow you guys this time. Okay. Nothing new. I'm gonna see walls after walls, and that's it. I can see some Chinese characters over here. That is interesting. Probably it's some hint that could get me out of here. So I can see some Chinese character here. Can we give it a close look at? 此生无悔. It means you wouldn't regret anything in your life. What does it mean? It probably is suggesting something. I wouldn't regret it. Then I should go on. I should move on, right? Okay. Let's see how it works. That is interesting. Hi! Some people are waiting for us in the pavilion, but they couldn't help us at all. Walls after walls. Let's have a look. Okay. Anything new? Okay. If I stand on my toes, then I can see. Probably I could see the way out, but I can't. Move on. Chop, chop. Shake your leg. Shake a leg, shake a leg. Anything new here? Yeah. I can see a hole here. Okay. So we can see some Chinese characters here. 传译之计. That means like a backup plan. You have plan B. If you want to give up, and then I can go through this hole. I can go through this hole, and then I can get into that pavilion, and then I could move out. But no, not yet. I'm not giving up. I think I still have 7 minutes to go until I find the way out. Ancient Chinese people really smart. They could make something so complicated to trap their enemies in. And now they have trapped me in. Something new? Okay. I think I've got to the second one. What is it? Okay, 3 Chinese characters. Jiang Junzhen. Basically, it means the tactic of generals. What does it mean? Because generals would be trapped into this tactic or something, or into this labyrinth. And I can see the second flagpole. And here, I'm standing on the flagpole, on the base of the flagpole to see the way out. It's very complicated. It's really big. This place is really big. I think this is one of the biggest labyrinths I have ever seen in my life. And then, yeah, for those who just tune in, of course, I'm still trapped in this, the 8 diagram, we call it tactics, or the labyrinth. Probably one of the biggest labyrinths in China. I'm in Tangyin County in central China's Henan province. And this is also the birthplace of I Ching. Also, we call it diagrams. And one of the things that most Chinese people would think used as fortune telling properly. And then if you know some Chinese culture, you know yin and yang, and you know Tai Chi, and this is the birthplace. And now I'm trapped in this labyrinth. Probably, yeah, I really need some suggestions. But anyways, before I give up, let's move on. Okay, my cameraman gave me some suggestion just now. I should go this way? I don't know. Probably I could move out. See, I can see this arrow here, this tiny arrow. Probably that is one of the hints. Arrow again, another one. And then arrow. I think I've got the hang of it. But it got me into another flagpole, another one. What is it? It's the same place. I was here just now. It is Jiang Junzhen. This means the attractive. That's the labyrinth for generals. So basically, we came back to the same place. Now let's go. Let's pick another route properly. Keep up. Okay. We are moving on. I don't know. A lot of people were in front of me just now, but most of them, they have been separated. scattered around in the giant labyrinth. Unfortunately, I didn't bring enough water. So I've got into another one. What is it? That is another flagpole. So for each individual flagpole, basically it means you have got yourself into another tiny labyrinth. A lot of people are trapped here. Okay. 能找到出去的路吗？找不到. Okay, you couldn't find the way out. Okay. They are giving me some suggestions. So, okay, so some people standing in the center, they gave me some suggestions. Okay, so they would tell me the way out. Really complicated. Smart, ancient Chinese. Okay, a lot of people now, many people now are standing on the base of the flagpole. I think they are trying to find the way out, but apparently they look desperate. There is no way out. So I think I still have 2 or 3 minutes to find a way out. If I couldn't, then I'm going to give up the labyrinth. Yeah, some people are walking. Okay, I guess another hint. So for Chinese characters, 一如既往, it means you should continue doing what you're doing. That means I should walk this way. I should continue doing what I'm doing. Be confident. I can see them. That's interesting. I can see some arrow, but in the opposite direction. No. Another one. I don't know. It is so interesting, so trapping. Another arrow in the wrong direction, in the opposite direction. Probably I'm in the wrong direction. Some people are following me. I don't know. That is funny. I can see another arrow. It is in the right direction. So apparently we have some very contradictory opinions for those who walked this labyrinth before. I can see something else. Okay. For Chinese characters, a hint again, another hint. 流连忘返 means you don't miss your hometown. Okay. You don't miss your home and then you want to stay in a foreign land. Wow. It is interesting. I don't see any hints right now. I feel kind of desperate. Yeah, guys, for the viewers all around the world, definitely you should come to this labyrinth, I think. You should try it yourself. See if you can walk out of the one and only one of the biggest labyrinths in China. So we have got ourselves into another one. That is Lianhuanzhen in Chinese. That means a labyrinth into another labyrinth. Labyrinth in labyrinth. I don't know. That means I'm trapped totally. Okay. So probably I'm going to give myself okay, another 7 minutes. I'm going to give myself another 7 minutes to see if I can walk out of this labyrinth. So apparently we have 2 paths over here. And then someone told me that if you have when you have 2 paths over here, and then you should choose the one that's a little bit farther. Then I should choose this one on my left. Okay. Okay. Apparently someone is waiting there. Yeah, on the base of the flagpole to see the way out. Okay. Walls after walls. What is this? Okay. Okay, so I think I'm in this labyrinth once again. That is why it called Lianhuanzhen. It means labyrinth into labyrinth. It means you can never get out of the labyrinth, no matter what. 能出去吗？不知道，出不去了。出不去怎么办？ Okay, 出不去了。Oh, okay, she said she doesn't know the way out. It is very hard. I tried that one, so I'm going to try this one. Okay, did I try this one before? No? My camera is not following me, so I should do the other one. Okay. 这条路走过吗？ 记不清了。Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was asking them if they were here before, and she said I couldn't remember. That's the power or the charm of the labyrinth. Okay, okay. That's a dead end. Okay, this one. They give me some suggestion I should walk this way. I don't know. Okay. I think I was here. I think I was here before. Definitely. I think I was here. Anything new here? 7 minutes. I think I only have 2 minutes left. If I still couldn't find a way out in 2 minutes, then within 2 minutes, then I'm going to give up. I don't know how to find a way out after the show. Okay. Apparently they're all a couple actually. They are complaining because I was following you and you were following me and they couldn't find a way out. Yeah, someone is not happy in this labyrinth apparently. If you have never been here in Tangyin County in central China's Henan province, you should come here. No matter where you are, you should try it out. Yeah, this one, the labyrinth, was inspired by one of the oldest classics in China, I Ching, right? All the books of changes. Now, I don't know. I feel quite desperate right now. I don't know the way out. Someone has put a bottle here. Someone has put a bottle here to see properly, to leave some trace to show that they were here, to help them find a way out. But apparently I came back to this place. I was here before. I don't think I could make it and I'm gonna give up. I'm sorry guys. Okay, you should try it out yourself. You should come to this place to see if you can escape from this labyrinth. Okay. Here we are. There is no way out. Okay, I'm gonna go to that one. I think I've found another trap, another tiny labyrinth, another flagpole. It's here. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry, I have to give up. Okay, I couldn't find a way out. I think it took me around 50 minutes or 20 probably to find a way out. It looks really overwhelming. A lot of people are still trapped in this labyrinth inspired by China's I Ching. I have to say the ancient Chinese people are really smart. They could come up with something to trap their enemies. Okay, so I'm in Tangyin County in central China, Henan province. For those who just tuned in, this is the birthplace of China's civilization. And also, now, though it is one of the poverty-stricken provinces or the places in China, it is very rich in its culture. And I'm still trapped in this labyrinth. I don't know, honestly, how to find my way out, even after the show. But definitely this is, I think I have to say goodbye. And then if you want to try it out, if you want to come to this labyrinth, definitely let us know. You can leave your comments down below. Okay, that is in Tangyin County in central China's Henan province. You try it out yourself. Okay, I'm going to see you next time. Bye-bye.